Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, let me hear you guys say it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up and that bell so that each and every time I upload a new video, you will be the first to know. So if you guys read the title, you guys already know what this video is going to be about. I am about to share the tips and tricks of how I save for all my trips. So are you guys ready? Have a notebook and a pen because I am about to give you the tips of how you can save. Let's get into this video. Tip number one. Tip numero uno. First tip, I call it the double D's. I call it determination and dedication. You really got to be determined and know exactly where you want to go, when you want to go, and how many people you want to go with, etc. How long you want to stay there, etc. Have a goal plan. So the first thing I usually do is write down, okay, this year I definitely want to make sure I go to Puerto Rico. I want to make sure I stay for a week in Puerto Rico. I want to make sure I have 2 people or 3 people go with me for Puerto Rico. That's what I mean. Be determined. Know exactly what you want and write it down. Next one is dedication. That's why I call it the double D's. Be dedicated. Put your foot down and say, okay, this year I'm definitely going on a trip. This year I definitely want to make sure I have X amount of money when I go on this trip. So be dedicated. What I am going to give you, the tricks that I am going to tell you guys, make sure you follow it step by step, and I promise you, you will have the money to travel. Follow my lead, and I promise you, be dedicated. Don't give up. Just do what I say, and I promise you will be on that next flight. So tip number one was dedication and determination, right? Tip number 2, pay bills according to your pay cycle. Pay bills according to your pay cycle. What I mean by that, guys, is a lot of people don't know that you could actually call your bill company and actually tell them when you can pay the bills, like when your due date should be. For an example, when I first started paying off my student loans, I noticed that it was harder for me to pay it towards the end of the month because a lot of my bills were due towards the end of the month. So I called my loan company and I told them, I asked them if I could change my due date instead of the end of the month, if I could change it to the beginning, like the first week or the second week, meaning like the 15th, so the 1st or the 15th of every month. And they didn't have an issue with it. The reason I decided to do that is because I have a choice to pay the bill earlier if I have the money, but it was just like trying to remember to pay it. That was the issue. So if I like know that it's a due date, then that means like I would actually pay it instead of be like, oh, okay, I'll push it off because it's not due until the end, so I'll pay it off next week. No. So I noticed myself always like running into that issue. So I called the loan company and changed my due date. And you could do that a lot. You could do that to gas companies. You could do that to electricity bills. And I actually did that. So I noticed that for the first week of the month, it was easier for me to pay most of my bills. So I try to put most of it towards the 1st or the 15th of the month, so that the last 2 weeks, those checks could be for myself. So like, I'm going to give you an example. So let's say I'm going to throw out a random number, guys. Let's say I get paid every week $1,500. Everybody gets paid differently. Some people get paid a week, weekly, bi-weekly, or every month. But I get paid every week. So that's why I'm using myself as an example. Let's say every week I get $1,500. This is my check for 40 hours. I already know exactly how much the amount is going to be. So I calculate, like, this is what I did before starting to really travel, like how I started saving. I literally knew, okay, this is how much I get paid every month. Every week. This is the bills that need to be paid every month. So I know rent has to come out the first week of the month. So every first I pay $1,000. This is random numbers, guys. Don't quote me on this. It's just random numbers. First week I have to pay $1,000. So now I'm left with $500. That loan that I was talking about, that I called the company and told them that I want them to push it up in the beginning of the month, because I know I had $500 left. Let's say that loan is only $200. So now for that week, I only spent $1,200, and now I have $300 left. Okay, with that $300, this is what's gonna help me to either save or either pay the following bill. Which brings me to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is take 10% of what you have left over after paying all your bills. So let's rewind to when I said, when I took off the first week, I took out $1,200 because I paid my rent and I paid my student loan. So I had $300 left. With that $300, I take out 10%. That's only $30, guys, that has to come out of this $300, and I put into the savings for that week. Okay, so that means I am left with splurging money for $270. Now for me, I'm so good at this that I'm able to put more than 10%, but for beginners and for those who don't really know how to save, I would say start with 10%. I usually do 50%, but 10%, I think you guys should start with 10%. So again, with that $300, I took out $30 and I put it into the savings. Imagine doing this every week, knowing that, okay, first, after paying my bills, I have $300 left. I take out 10%. I'm putting $30 in the bank, in the savings. So that means by the end of the month, I'm already saving $120. You know what I mean? So that is the way. And that $120, I'm not touching it at all, because I know that is going straight for my trip. That is the best way I could really tell you to save. That's what I do. It really helps. I'm a pro at it now, to the point where I don't even save 10%. I usually save 50%. By the time I'm done paying with my bills, I have a lot of money in my savings for my trip. So let's go over it again. Tip number 1, be determined and dedication. Tip number 2, pay bills according to your pay bills according to your pay cycle. And tip number 3, take 10% of everything that you have left over. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Y'all better get ready, because your girl is traveling once it's safe and once 2021 comes around. So this is all the tips and tricks that I have for you guys. This is stuff that usually really helps me. It personally helps me. Again, I am able to really save by just following these 3 steps that I gave you. Please, guys, if you have any questions or you need me to go deeper into something, or something that you guys don't understand, just leave a comment down below, and I respond to all the comments, all the questions. So don't be afraid to leave me messages. I will comment, I will respond. I really hope this video was helpful. If you do try this, guys, for the first month or the second month, and you see a big difference in your savings, please let me know. I need to know if my tips are helping, guys. I'm really trying to teach you guys exactly what I do for me to be able to go on my trips. So I really hope this video was helpful. I love you guys so much. Truly from the bottom of my heart, guys. I truly love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next vlog. And I'm out. Bye, guys.